সেই কি ভোলা যায় পুরানো সেই দিনের কথা বলবে কি রে হাই ও সেই চোখের দেখা প্রাণের কথা সেই কি ভোলা যায়
Amazing performance by Aditya. I hope you enjoyed it because I enjoyed it too. It was one of the original works of none other than Rabindranath Tagore. Namaskar, my name is Janki of 11th A. And today I'm going to take you through the early life and childhood of Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore, lovingly called Gurudev, was born on 7th May of 1861 to parents Rabindranath Tagore and Sharda Devi. He was the youngest of 13 children, and he was a child prodigy because he started penning down his own poems at the age of 8, and at the age of 16 he started publishing them under the pseudonym Bhanu Singh. He was largely homeschooled by his siblings under the subjects martial arts, language, literature, mathematics and science, among various other subjects. However, his early education started at Brixton, East Sussex, England. He later continued his higher education at the University College of London, where he learned law. But Tagore never really liked the modern formal education system, and so he dropped out of school to study the essence of English, Scottish and Irish on his own. Then after, he went to India and married Mrinalini Devi. One of his famous works or establishments, the Shanti Niketan, was an experimental school built on his father's land. Shanti Niketan followed an ancient method of teaching, where both teacher and students sat under trees and followed the Guru Shishya method of teaching. Tagore largely believed that the revival of this ancient technique is what this growing world needed, and so rightly at that. Thank you, everybody. Now, my dear friend Shruti is going to explain you and take you through the later lives or the later stages of his life.
Namaskar, this is Shruti Gupta from class 11B, and my friend Janaki just spoke about Tagore's early life, and I'm going to take you through his adulthood at the later stage. Rabindranath Tagore was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature on 13th November 1913 for his collection of so beautiful and lyrical poems called the Gitanjali. But the loss of his wife, a son and a daughter had left him distraught. But he was a man of great principles, and these were the principles that held him together during this time of crisis. 7th August 1941, the day when Tagore left his mortal coils due to a kidney infection. But great personalities like Tagore never die. Though his mortal body may have perished, he has left an immortal legacy for eternity. Now that we've touched upon all his stages of life, I would like all of you to watch a character from Tagore's short story Kabuliwala being enacted by one of our fellow students.
Can you recognize me? Yes, you're right. I am Kabuliwala. I sell fruits and nuts from Afghanistan. If you have not met me yet, do read Tagore's story Kabuliwala. I am one of the most sympathetic and pathos-rich characters in all of Tagore's literature. If you want some fruits and nuts, please do WhatsApp to me.
Tagore imaginatively and aesthetically mingled the ragas of Indian classical music, ball tunes, kirtans and folk music to create what is known as Rabindra Sangeet. Similarly, it was his endeavor to create a dance form which would suit his Natyas or dance dramas. He used various dance styles to suit the subject matter and characters. Let us now watch our primus dancers who will perform on his famous song Mon Mon Megero Song.
Ta মনোমর মেঘের সঙ্গী মনোমর মেঘের সঙ্গী উড়ে চলে দিক দিগন্তের পানে নিঃসীম শূন্যে শ্রাবণ বর্ষণ সঙ্গীতে রিমিঝিম 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 মনোমর মেঘের সঙ্গী উড়ে চলে দিক দিগন্তের পানে নিঃসীম শূন্যে শ্রাবণ বর্ষণ সঙ্গীতে রিমিঝিম 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 মনোমর মেঘের সঙ্গী উড়ে চলে দিক দিগন্তের পানে নিঃসীম শূন্যে শ্রাবণ বর্ষণ সঙ্গীতে রিমিঝিম রিমিঝিম রিমিঝিম
Rabindranath Tagore is a prolific writer whose works range from poetry and songs to short stories and plays. A dedicated internationalist and educator, Tagore established a school in his estate, Shantiniketan, in Bengal in 1901, to teach a blend of Eastern and Western philosophies. In 1921, his school was expanded into an international university, Vishwan Bharat, which means Communion of the World with India.
Rabindranath Tagore, popularly known as Kavi Guru, was born on May 9, 1861. As a novelist, poet, musician, and a playwright, he reshaped the Bengali literature in late 19th and early 20th centuries. He was the author of Gitanjali. Gitanjali is profoundly sensitive, fresh, and a beautiful verse. For this, he became Asia's first Nobel laureate by winning the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913. Thank you.
Namaskar. My name is Ihab and I am from 9B. That was Hidya introducing Rabindranath Tagore. Let's further delve into Rabindranath Tagore's work and contributions that he has made during his lifetime. Rabindranath Tagore embodies the epitome of Indian culture with over thousands of poems, 2,000 songs, 24 plays, 8 novels, volumes of short stories, and a mass of prose. This literary genius is responsible for reshaping India's literature and music scene. Tagore wrote successfully in all literary genres. Among his 50 and odd poems are The Gardener, Fruit Gatherer, and Gitanjali, Song Offerings, which is the most acclaimed out of all of them, which contains poems from his other works besides its namesake. He is the author of several volumes of short stories and a number of novels, such as Gora, Khare Bere, and Yoga Yog. Along with his work, Rabindranath Tagore has contributed immensely to literature and society, which my friend Saneka from 9A will tell you more about.
Namaskar. Rabindranath Tagore did not only contribute to the freedom struggle in pre-independence India. He was a visionary poet of many talents who contributed a lot to literature and to the world. He was the first person, except Roosevelt, outside Europe to win the Nobel Prize. His works united Indians and made all think of India as one nation. In 1913, he won the Nobel Prize in Literature for his most acclaimed work, Gitanjali. Then, in 1939, with the money he received from the Nobel Prize, he established an institute called Vishwa Bharati. This institute is now one of the most renowned places in India for higher learning. Though Tagore wrote vividly in every genre of literature, he was first of all a poet. His poems are an inseparable part of every Bengali family, where they are recited in all important events. Next up, we have Aindri, who will pay tribute to Rabindranath Tagore by reciting one of his poems, Where the Mind is Without Fear. Dhanyawad.
Ghosh of grade 5 from Primus Private School, Dubai. Rabindra Jayanti celebrates the birth anniversary of the great Bengali poet, novelist, scholar, playwright and Nobel laureate Kubiguru Rabindranath Tagore. On his 159th birth anniversary, I will be paying tribute to him by reciting one of his poems, Where the Mind is Without Fear. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, and the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into that ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom. My father, let my country awake. And the Bengali version of this poem is Chitto jetha bhoy shunno, utto shetha shir. Amra Newton Jabunari is one of the famous songs of Tagore. It means, we are messengers of youth. Agile we are crazy. We break barriers addicted to the colors of a show garden. We break bindings of the fearsome tempest. We are thunderous. We are erratic. Subterranean waters we jump into. Make to the shore, struggle vehemently. Wherever called for, betting for our lives, we aren't deterred. Let's watch the interpretation through movements.
চঞ্চল আমরা অদ্ভুত আমরা নূতন যৌবনের দূত আমরা নূতন যৌবনের দূত আমরা বেড়া ভাঙি আমরা অসুত বনে রাঙা নেশায় রাঙি আমরা বেড়া ভাঙি আমরা অসুত বনে রাঙি ঝঞ্ঝার বন্ধন ছিন্ন করে দি আমরা বিদ্যুৎ আমরা চঞ্চল আমরা অদ্ভুত আমরা নূতন যৌবনের দূত আমরা নূতন যৌবনের দূত জলে ঝাঁপ দিয়ে জুঝিয়ে পাই ফুল আমরা করি ভুল অগাধ জলে ঝাঁপ দিয়ে জুঝিয়ে পাই ফুল আমরা করি ভুল যেখানে ডাক পড়ে জীবন মরণ ঝড়ে যেখানে ডাক পড়ে জীবন মরণ ঝড়ে আমরা প্রস্তুত আমরা চঞ্চল আমরা অদ্ভুত আমরা নূতন যৌবনের দূত আমরা নূতন যৌবনের দূত ছেড়া বনের পাখি মনের আনন্দে রে আরে রে 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 আমায় ছেড়ে দে রে দে রে যেমন ছেড়া বনের পাখি মনের আনন্দে রে আরে রে 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 আমায় ছেড়ে শ্রাবণ ধারা যেমন বাঁধন হারা, ঘন শ্রাবণ ধারা যেমন বাঁধন হারা, বাদল বাতাস যেমন ডাকাত আকাশ লুটে ফেরে, বাদল বাতাস যেমন ডাকাত আকাশ লুটে ফেরে, আরে রে 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 আমায় ছেড়ে দে রে দে রে, যেমন ছাড়া বনের পাখি মনের আনন্দে রে, আরে রে 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 আমায় ছেড়ে দে রে দে রে।
Now we will see one more famous and beautiful composition of Kavi Guru, Momo Chite Nriti Nriti, followed by a beautiful song sung by Ainsi.
मेरे चित्त में नित्य नित्य में कौन नाचे, ताता थई थई ताता थई थई ताता थई थई, मेरे चित्त में नित्य नित्य में कौन नाचे, ताता थई थई ताता थई थई ताता थई थई, संग उसके जो मृदंग सदा बाजे, ताता थई थई ताता थई थई ताता थई थई, संग उसके जो मृदंग सदा बाजे, ताता थई थई ताता थई थई ताता थई थई, मेरे चित्त में नित्य नृत्य में कौन नाचे, ताता थई थई ताता थई थई ताता थई थई, मेरे चित्त में नित्य नृत्य में कौन नाचे, ताता थई थई ताता थई थई ताता थई थई।
Precious day, I will be singing a song to pay tribute to him, Kavi Guru Rabindranath Tagore. This song is from the composition Bhanu Shingir Padaboli. The name of the song is Sajani Sajani Radhikalo. Sajani Sajani Radhikalo, dekh ab hu jahiya, Sajani Sajani Radhikalo, dekh ab hu jahiya, मृदुल गमन श्याम आवे, मृदुल गान गाहिया, सजनी सजनी राधिकालो, देख अब हूँ चाहिया, पिनह झटित कुसुमहार, पिनह नीलांगिया, सुंदरी सिंदूर देके सीधी कर हरांगिया, सजनी सजनी राधिकालो, देख अब हूँ जाहिया, सहचरी सब नाच नाच मिलंग गीत गाऊं रे, चंचल मंदिर राव कुंज भवन जाओ रे, सजनिया बहुजार मदिर कनक दीप जालिया, सुरभि करह कुंज भवन गंध सलिल धालिया, सजनी सजनी राधिकालो, देख अब हूँ चाहिया.
Let us now listen to a melodious Tagore song by Janaki.
I cannot remember my mother, only sometimes in the midst of my play, a tune seems to hover over my plaything. The tune of some remember my mother. But in the early autumn morning, the smell of the shiny flowers floats in the air. The scent of the morning service in the temple comes to me as the center of my mother. I cannot remember my mother, only when from my bedroom window I send my eyes into the blue of the distant sky. I feel that the stillness of my mother's kiss on my face has spread all over the sky.
In his writings, Tagore always portrayed the strength of women. In his famous work Chitrangda, Tagore features Chitrangda, who was a princess of Manipur during the period of Mahabharata. Although she was a girl, her father, the Manipur king, raised her like a son, giving her lessons on using weapons, politics and war strategies. Our primary students will present a small image of Chitrangda.
মণিপুর রাজের ভক্তিতে তুষ্ট হয়ে শিব বর দিয়েছিলেন যে তাঁর বংশে কেবল পুত্রই জন্মাবে। তৎসত্ত্বেও যখন রাজকুলে চিত্রাঙ্গদার জন্ম হল, তখন রাজা তাকে পুত্ররূপেই পালন করলেন। রাজকন্যা অভ্যাস করলেন ধনুর্বিদ্যা, শিক্ষা করলেন যুদ্ধবিদ্যা, রাজদণ্ডনীতি।
গরজে পর্বত শিখরে অরণ্যতম ছায়া। গুরু 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 ঘন মেঘ গরজে পর্বত শিখরে অরণ্যতম ছায়া। মুখরণীর ঝড় কল কল্লোলে ব্যাঘের চরণ ধ্বনি শুনিতে না পায় ভীরু হরিণ দম্পতি চিত্র ব্যাঘ্র পদনখ চিহ্নরে কাশ্মীরি দেখে গেছে ওই পথ বঙ্ক পরে দিয়ে গেছে পদে পদে গুহার সন্ধান। গুরু 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 পরমেঘ গরজে পর্বত শিখরে অরণ্যতম ছায়া।
Good day to all. My name is Samuel. As you may know, the birthday anniversary of the acclaimed Indian poet Rabindranath Tagore recently occurred on May 7th. As a small tribute to his legacy, both my friend Aditya and myself will be relaying some facts on the man himself.
Though Tagore was undoubtedly creative, do you know that he was partly colorblind? In fact, many of his artworks had unusual color schemes, which made people realize that he was red-green colorblind.
Tagore was the first Indian to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature, which is undoubtedly a tremendous honor. That may be why in 2004 the actual physical award was stolen. Though the thief was caught, the award was never recovered. A replica now stands in its place.
Everyone is well aware of Tagore's poetic talent, but do you know that he was commonly known as the Bard of Bengal? Sometimes he is even referred to as the Shakespeare of South Asia.
We know that Tagore had a role in the composition of the national anthems of both India and Bangladesh. But did you know he also had an influence on the national anthem of Sri Lanka? One of his students wrote it and was highly influenced by Tagore's works.
Tagore is well remembered even today, with 8 museums spread across India and Bangladesh in his remembrance, and a 50,000-pound bronze statue of himself in London. We hope you were amazed to hear these facts, but we would like to conclude with a small quote by the man himself. Facts are many, but the truth is one. There may be a lot to know about Rabindranath Tagore, but the truth is, he was undoubtedly a man of many talents. Thank you.
Rabindranath Tagore. In his mature years, he also turned into painting and achieved an individual style, in which, though close to European modernism, especially expressionism, in inaugurated an era of the Indian modernity in the realm of art. He was immensely attracted to primitive art, European Expressionism and Japanese art. Tagore's career as an artist just spanned for 17 years. If we take it to begin in 1924 with the doodles with which he had embellished the manuscript of his book of poems, Purari, although his first dated painting is of 1928. It was from then that he started doing independent paintings, though he continued with doodles. As a writer, Tagore was intensely interested in human beings and nature. As an artist, this fascination expressed itself through his fascination with the human body, which he painted as variously prostrate, like sitting, standing, squatting, walking, dancing, in groups and in solitude, and even in multi-dimensional moods. Therefore, he endowed to it a status and dignity by incorporating it in the education system he propagated in Vishwabharati University and sought to introduce it in the art of daily life, in the architecture of Sandhi-Niketan, and even in the furnitures he used.
Is a small tribute from Primus Private School, Dubai, to the great legacy that Tagore has left for eternity. It is our way of celebrating 159 years of Tagore since his birth on 7th May. Tagore has given India the identity for which it is known by the world now. The hearts and minds of not just Indians but people all over the world revere him for the never-ending golden treasury that he's left behind. Dhanyavad.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ युत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे विधाता